Hey everyone, so compliments are obviously talked about a lot in the fragrance community in terms of people hoping to get one, or sometimes people judging others like, oh, why do you care? But of course it's valid to care about that, and you could still be wearing it for yourself and still appreciate a compliment. But wanted to share something that I've observed, including what just happened right now for me. I went to the grocery store and I got a scent compliment. I was wearing Elysium by Raja, not surprised to get a compliment on that because that's by far one of the most compliment pulling ones that I wear regularly, at least. Not even that I get that many from people saying it because I'm what I'm about to go over next, but in terms of what I've heard from other people and stuff as well. But one thing that has been the case every single time I've gotten a scent compliment thus far has been that I was in a situation where I was already kind of like, I don't know why I want to use the word jovial. That sounds so old school, or like Santa Claus jolly or something. But like where I was in a situation where I was kind of talking to someone and having like this very like happy, positive interaction already. So just a reminder to people, just because you don't get a compliment does not mean that someone didn't smell you and think that you smelled good. I myself have smelled so many times people and that I thought they smelled good, but a lot of people are going to feel weird just going up to someone random and being like, hey, you smell good. Like, for example, I would not. Okay, I would be very tempted to now because I would want to be like, are you wearing this? What are you like trying to get into this crazy frag head conversation? They're probably just like, okay, wow, you care that much about cologne or whatever. But yeah, most people are not going to do that. So that does not mean that a scent has bad projection or longevity just because you didn't get a compliment. It certainly doesn't mean no one could smell it. It definitely does not mean that it didn't smell good. And yeah, it's probably the case a lot of the time that people would just feel weird randomly going up to someone and just commenting on how they smell for a variety of reasons. So yeah, I very rarely get compliments, but every time I do, yeah, it's always because I'm already in that situation, and it's not to do with proximity because there's so many other times I'm that close to someone, whether it's like grocery store, mailing packages at USPS in line. Like there's just so many things that where I'm just as close, if not closer physically to people. So it's not just like, oh, well, of course, if you're talking to them, and for the same amount of time, even much longer usually when people don't say anything. But yep, so don't feel bad if you rarely get scent compliments. Definitely doesn't mean people don't think you smell good. And yeah, curious what other people's most complimented are, but I don't think a lot of people realize, because I didn't at first before talking to other people, like, yeah, especially if you're more introverted, which I am, and you're not walking around with a big like peppy smile on your face, people are even less likely to like approach you to say anything. So yep, that's my experience with it, and from quite a few other people that I've talked to as well, that if you're not kind of like already putting yourself out there like that, people are going to kind of not feel as much appropriate to say that. But again, you might still, and you probably do, smell really good unless you're wearing something with the kind of musk that I hate.